In 2003, Anita's personal life took a significant turn when she met Vel Patel. This meeting was arranged through mutual family connections, a common practice in Indian culture for introducing potential partners. Vel, a well-established textile exporter in Coimbatore, was in his early 40s, known for his poised, business-savvy demeanor. Their initial encounter was at a family gathering where they discussed topics ranging from business strategies to personal philosophies. Vel was immediately attracted to Anita's sharp mind and ambition, qualities that he respected and which were rare among his peers. For Anita, Vel's calm confidence and deep understanding of business were intriguing, offering a potential balance to her intense drive. Their relationship deepened beyond initial attraction. They spent hours talking about life, family, and their ambitions, finding a profound connection. Anita appreciated Vel's respect for her intellect and his willingness to engage with her on equal footing, something she felt was often missing in her professional interactions. Vel, on the other hand, saw in Anita not just a brilliant mind, but a partner who could share his life's journey. Their conversations were not just about work, but about mutual growth and support, laying the foundation for a strong personal bond. After 6 months of dating, Anita Singh and Vel Patel decided to take their relationship to the next level by getting married. Their decision was not just driven by romantic love, but was also a strategic choice based on mutual respect, shared values, and complementary ambitions. They discussed their future at length, envisioning a life where they could support each other's professional aspirations while building a personal life together. This decision was also influenced by cultural expectations in India, where marriage is often seen as a union of families and futures. Her story became a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of how far one can fall from grace. As the story of Anita Singh concludes, the narrator shifts to engage with the audience, seeking to extend the conversation beyond the tale itself. If you were gripped by this journey through betrayal, ambition, and the pursuit of justice, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into true crime narratives that explore the darkest corners of the human soul. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think truly drove Anita to such lengths? Was it just the affair ending, or was there a deeper, more complex motivation at play? Do you believe in the possibility of redemption for someone like Anita, or are there actions that place one beyond redemption? Share your thoughts in the comments. Perhaps you know of similar stories, or have insights into how individuals respond under the weight of personal crises. We're eager to hear your perspectives. And if you have suggestions for future stories, or wish to explore more on the psychological aspects of crime, let us know. We're here to delve into these stories together, understanding the intricate tapestry of human behavior. The rental house where Ramesh met his end was traced back to Anita, and her communications with Ramesh on the night of his death were retrieved, showing her as the last person he interacted with. The messages were telling, filled with anger, threats, and the desperation of a woman scorned. Anita's personal diary was a treasure trove of incriminating evidence, detailing her plan from acquiring the poison to the execution of the crime. Her colleagues from the research company provided testimony of her controlling nature and her curious questions about cyanide's lethality. Vel's recount of the dinner incident was crucial, painting a picture of premeditation and intent. Financial records revealed Anita's lavish lifestyle, hinting at a motive tied to preserving her status and wealth. The investigation was thorough, piecing together every detail, and by the end, there was no doubt about Anita's culpability in both crimes. The trial of Anita Singh attracted significant media attention, turning into a spectacle where justice was not just served but publicly dissected. The courtroom was filled with journalists, curious onlookers, and legal minds eager to see the outcome of such a sensational case. The prosecution outlined a narrative of jealousy, betrayal, and cold, calculated murder. Despite Anita's defense trying to argue her actions were fueled by emotional distress and loneliness, the evidence was overwhelming. The jury, after days of deliberation, returned with a verdict of guilty. Anita was convicted of first-degree murder for the death of Ramesh Kumar and attempted murder for her plot against Vel Patel. The judge, considering the gravity of her crimes, sentenced her to life imprisonment for the murder and an additional 20 years for the attempted murder, summing up to 50 years without the possibility of parole. This sentencing was not just the end of a legal battle, but also a moment of closure for Vel, the community, and the families affected by Anita's actions. She invited him to a romantic dinner at home, a gesture that seemed to signify a desire for reconciliation. Anita prepared Vel's favorite meal, a spicy curry, into which she covertly mixed cyanide. She set the table with care, lighting candles, playing soft music, all to recreate moments from their happier times. There was an air of tension, though, a forced warmth that both felt, but didn't acknowledge. Vel, however, was not as naive as Ramesh. His suspicions, fueled by their recent confrontation, had him on edge. He noticed Anita's nervous glances, her too eager smile, and the way she watched him closely as he ate. When Vel was served the curry, his intuition screamed caution. He subtly avoided eating much of it, his mind racing with the possibilities of what might be happening. The dinner conversation was strained, each word weighed with unspoken accusations. Eventually, Vel's refusal to eat the curry led to another confrontation. Anita's demeanor shifted from composed to panicked as Vel confronted her directly about her intentions. Her slip-ups, the nervous energy, and her inability to keep up her facade under Vel's interrogation confirmed his fears. She had tried to kill him, and now, the truth was out in the open, leaving both in a state of shock and betrayal. The police had initially considered Ramesh Kumar's death an overdose, but the forensic details changed the course of the investigation. The presence of cyanide, the characteristic bitter almond smell, and traces found in Ramesh's system pointed unequivocally to murder. When Vel reported Anita's attempt on his life, the case against her began to solidify. Investigators moved swiftly, searching Anita and Vel's home where they found cyanide in Anita's possession, her fingerprints on the bottle a damning piece of evidence. In the aftermath of the confrontation with Vel, Anita felt cornered and consumed by a mix of emotions: betrayal, fear of losing everything she had built, and a vengeful need to regain control. Her focus shifted to Ramesh Kumar, the man who had rejected her, leading her down a path of premeditated murder. Anita rented a house on the outskirts of Coimbatore, a place isolated enough to keep her actions hidden. She invited Ramesh there under the false pretense of a final, peaceful discussion to end their relationship on amicable terms. Ramesh, hoping for closure, agreed to meet, unaware of the danger he was walking into. The scene was set with deceptive warmth, candles lit, a bottle of wine open, creating an illusion of reconciliation. As they talked, Anita's questions about why he ended their relationship were tinged with bitterness, her facade of calmness slowly peeling away. When the moment was right, she offered Ramesh a glass of wine, which she had secretly laced with cyanide from her workplace, disguised in a painkiller bottle to avoid suspicion. Ramesh drank, unaware of the poison, and soon began to exhibit symptoms of cyanide poisoning: difficulty breathing, convulsions, and severe pain. Anita watched, her emotions a mix of relief at having taken control back and horror at what she had done. Once Ramesh was dead, she acted methodically to cover her tracks. She wiped down surfaces, discarded the wine bottle and glass, but left the painkillers in plain sight to suggest an overdose. Her departure from the scene was calm, leaving behind a staged tableau of accidental death. After dealing with Ramesh Kumar, Anita Singh's mind was a whirlpool of paranoia and desperation. With Vel Patel now a potential threat who could unravel her life, she decided he too must be eliminated. The plan was conceived with the same meticulous attention to detail as before, but this time, it would be under the guise of mending their fractured relationship. The once vibrant and communicative marriage turned into a tense coexistence, where Vel felt increasingly alienated from his wife. His attempts at addressing the issue were met with deflection or denial from Anita, further exacerbating the strain between them. The emotional gap widened, leaving Vel in a state of confusion and mistrust. The confrontation between Vel Patel and Anita Singh was the culmination of weeks, if not months, of growing suspicion and emotional distance. Vel had noticed Anita's changed behavior, her secretive phone calls, her frequent absences from home that she couldn't adequately explain, and the palpable tension whenever he tried to engage her in conversation. His business trips, once a point of pride, now became times of anxiety as he wondered what was happening at home in his absence. The confrontation occurred one evening when Vel decided he could no longer ignore the signs. He waited until they were alone at home, after a particularly long silence during dinner. With a mix of hurt and determination, he asked Anita if she was seeing someone else. The question hung in the air, charged with years of built-up trust now in jeopardy. Anita, unprepared for such a direct accusation, responded with a mixture of panic and denial. Her voice wavered, her eyes avoided Vel's, and her explanations were unconvincing. The conversation quickly escalated from a calm inquiry to a heated exchange, with Vel pressing for the truth and Anita becoming increasingly defensive. She attempted to deflect, to turn the conversation towards Vel's absence and lack of attention, but her arguments were weak, her demeanor betraying her guilt. This confrontation was not just about the affair. It was a realization for Vel that the person he thought he knew had changed or perhaps was never fully known to him. For Anita, it was a moment of exposure, where her carefully constructed life began to unravel, pushing her into a desperate and dangerous mindset. For Anita, Vel represented stability and understanding. For Vel, Anita was an intellectual equal and a partner he admired for her ambition and drive. Their commitment was to create a partnership where both could thrive. Their wedding was a spectacle that blended the rich cultural traditions of India with modern sensibilities. Held at a luxury hotel in Coimbatore, the ceremony was a grand affair. Anita donned a stunning red sari, intricately designed with modern embroidery, symbolizing both her roots and her forward-thinking nature. Vel chose an elegant sherwani, combining traditional elegance with contemporary style. The wedding incorporated traditional rituals like the Saptapadi, 7 steps around the sacred fire, Kanyadan, giving away the bride, and Mangalsutra, tying the sacred thread, alongside modern elements like personalized vows and a fusion of music genres. The guest list included family, friends, and many of Vel's business associates, reflecting the union's significance in both personal and professional circles. The event was marked by joy, celebration, and the promise of a new beginning. Post-wedding, Anita and Vel moved into a luxurious villa on Coimbatore's outskirts, a symbol of their new life together. However, their marital bliss was soon tested by Vel's hectic travel schedule due to his textile business. His frequent absences left Anita with much solitude, despite the opulent surroundings. Initially, she threw herself into her work at the research company, but the lack of emotional and intellectual companionship began to wear on her. She missed the deep conversations and support she had with Vel during their courtship. This growing emotional void prompted Anita to seek fulfillment elsewhere, setting the stage for future complications. Ramesh Kumar joined the company where Anita Singh worked as a researcher, known for his calm demeanor and insightful contributions to their projects. His presence at work became a source of comfort for Anita, who was increasingly feeling the emotional toll of Vel's frequent business trips. Their relationship started with professional interactions, discussing complex research problems and sharing insights. As they spent more time together, Ramesh became a confidant for Anita, someone she could talk to about her marriage's loneliness and her own frustrations. He listened without judgment, providing the emotional support she felt was missing from her home life. This connection slowly evolved from professional camaraderie to something more intimate, as Anita found in Ramesh an understanding and empathy she craved. The affair between Anita and Ramesh was conducted in secrecy, marked by clandestine meetings outside work, at cafes, or during business-related outings. Initially, these encounters were filled with excitement and the thrill of forbidden love, offering Anita an escape from her solitary life at home. However, as time passed, Ramesh began to grapple with the implications of their relationship on his career and personal integrity. The fear of being discovered, coupled with guilt, led him to decide to end the affair. This decision was not taken lightly, but he felt it was necessary to protect his future. Anita, however, was unprepared for this rejection. Her feelings, once of love and companionship, morphed into jealousy and anger. She tried to salvage the relationship through persuasion, pressure, and even stalking, but Ramesh's resolve to end it remained firm, shattering Anita's illusion of control and deepening her sense of betrayal. Back at home, Vel Patel was not oblivious to the changes in Anita. Her mood swings, secretive behavior with her phone, and the noticeable distance in their relationship raised his suspicions. He observed that Anita was no longer sharing her day-to-day life with him, and her excuses for spending time away from home became more frequent and less believable. On August 15, 2010, the city of Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, known for its serene traditional environment and close community ties, was rocked by a shocking murder. The incident took place in an apartment in the city centre, where a well-respected doctor was found dead. This event disrupted the peace, bringing fear and curiosity to the residents, as the circumstances of the doctor's death were initially unclear. As the police started their investigation, they uncovered layers of secrets that painted a grim picture. The murder was not a random act, but was linked to motives of jealousy, betrayal, and a meticulously planned act of violence. The community was abuzz with theories and questions, primarily revolving around the identity of the perpetrator and the true nature of the relationships involved. Anita Singh was born into an educated family in Pune, Maharashtra, in 1975. Her parents were teachers, instilling a strong academic ethos in her from a young age. Anita was not just intelligent, but also driven, with a personality that demanded excellence and recognition. Her ambition was not only to succeed, but to surpass those around her, setting the stage for her complex character development. Anita Singh's academic journey was characterized by her exceptional performance and ambition. After excelling in her secondary education, she was admitted to the University of Mumbai to study pharmaceutical chemistry, one of the top institutions for such studies in India. At university, Anita not only maintained an impressive GPA, but also engaged actively in research. She worked under leading professors, participating in projects that ranged from drug formulation to molecular biology. Her work was often cited in academic circles, and she published several papers before graduating. Her drive was evident. She was not content with merely passing, but aimed to lead in her field, demonstrating both her academic acumen and her desire to be at the forefront of medical research. Post-graduation, Anita's career took her to Coimbatore, where she joined a renowned medical research company focused on developing new pharmaceuticals. Her role involved designing and implementing research protocols, managing teams, and leading projects aimed at chronic disease treatment. She quickly made a name for herself by spearheading projects that led to significant breakthroughs, securing patents, and helping her company win lucrative international contracts. Her colleagues respected her for her sharp mind and innovative solutions, but her methods were often rigorous and demanding. Anita's ambition, while driving her success, also had its drawbacks. She was known for her authoritative and controlling approach in the workplace. In project meetings, she would often override collective decisions, insisting on her own methods for task assignment, research direction, and problem solving. This sometimes led to tension or resentment among her peers, who felt sidelined or micromanaged. However, her results were undeniable, and her position in the company was such that few dared challenge her leadership style, illustrating the double-edged nature of her ambition. Anita Singh's personal ambitions were as vast as her professional ones. She aimed to not only succeed in her career, but also to be a figure of eminence in social and business circles. To achieve this, Anita engaged in continuous self-improvement, frequently attending management seminars and networking events around the globe. She was keen on learning about leadership, branding, and personal development, which she saw as crucial to enhancing her image as a successful and influential woman. This included not just networking with peers, but also with luminaries in the pharmaceutical industry and beyond, aiming to broaden her influence. Anita's ambition was also about control over her narrative, wanting to be seen as self-made, independent, and a leader in every aspect of life.